The Galactic Gladiators, far away in the Andromeda Galaxy, where stars shined in brilliant hues of blue and purple, there existed a legendary arena called the Cosmic Colosseum. This colossal stadium floated in the vacuum of space, glowing like a beacon, and it was the center of the galaxy's most thrilling event, the Galactic Games. Here, warriors from countless planets came to prove their strength, skill, and courage. These fighters were known as Galactic Gladiators, the rise of Kael. Kael was a young farmer from the desert planet Iridian. His planet was harsh, with blazing suns and sandstorms that could strip flesh from bone. Life on Iridian was hard, and Kael had spent his youth fighting off predators and scavenging for water. His father used to tell him stories of the Galactic Gladiators, and Kael dreamed of one day leaving his dusty home to fight among the stars. One fateful day, a recruiter from the Galactic Games visited Iridian. The man, dressed in a sleek black suit, announced that tryouts would be held for the next tournament. Though many on Iridian laughed at the idea, Kael saw his chance. Kael entered the tryouts with nothing but an old spear he had fashioned from scrap metal. He faced off against seasoned fighters, warriors who had traveled from distant moons to compete. Despite his humble origins, Kael's agility, quick thinking, and raw determination caught the attention of the recruiter. "You've got fire in your eyes," the recruiter said. "Welcome to the Galactic Gladiators." The Galactic Games begin. Kael was taken to the Cosmic Colosseum, a massive arena with holographic environments that could simulate alien jungles, frozen wastelands, or even zero-gravity zones. He was overwhelmed by the diversity of his fellow gladiators. There were towering reptilian warriors, cybernetic soldiers with glowing eyes, and telepathic beings who floated instead of walked. Kael was placed in the Novice Division, where he trained under the guidance of Zara, a veteran gladiator. Zara was a fierce fighter from the water planet Oseara, and her weapon of choice was a whip made of plasma. She taught Kael how to think strategically and adapt to different terrains. "Strength isn't everything," Zara told him one day. "The smartest gladiators are the ones who survive." Kael's first match was against a hulking alien named Gruul. The arena was transformed into a jungle with thick vines and towering trees. Gruul's strength was overwhelming, but Kael used his speed and the environment to his advantage. He climbed trees, set traps, and eventually disarmed Gruul, winning the match. The crowd roared. Kael had become an instant favorite. The Shadow Syndicate. As Kael rose through the ranks, he began to hear whispers of a sinister group called the Shadow Syndicate. This underground organization was rumored to fix matches, sabotage fighters, and even assassinate those who threatened their influence over the games. Kael's suspicions grew when one of his matches was abruptly cancelled. Zara warned him to stay cautious. "The Shadow Syndicate doesn't play fair," she said. "They see you as a threat." Despite the danger, Kael refused to back down. He knew he was fighting not just for himself, but for the people of Iridian who believed in him. The final battle. After months of grueling battles, Kael made it to the championship round. His opponent was Torak, a cybernetic gladiator enhanced with cutting-edge technology. Torak had never lost a match, and he was known for his ruthlessness. The arena for the final match was a simulated asteroid field with floating rocks and unpredictable gravity shifts. As the match began, Torak unleashed a barrage of energy blasts from his arm cannons. Kael dodged and used the asteroids for cover, but it was clear Torak had the upper hand. Just when it seemed Kael was cornered, he remembered Zara's advice: "Adapt to your surroundings." He noticed a cluster of energy crystals embedded in one of the asteroids. Using his spear, he struck the crystals, causing a massive explosion that disrupted Torak's systems. With Torak momentarily stunned, Kael seized the opportunity. He launched himself off a nearby asteroid and delivered a final blow, shattering Torak's core. The crowd erupted in cheers. Kael had done the impossible. He was crowned champion of the Galactic Games. A new beginning. Kael returned to Iridian as a hero. With his winnings, he built wells and farms, transforming his barren home into a thriving oasis. But Kael's journey was far from over. The Shadow Syndicate was still out there, and Kael knew they wouldn't forget his defiance. As the new champion, Kael vowed to use his platform to bring justice to the galaxy. He trained new gladiators, preparing them not just for the games, but for the challenges beyond the arena. The legend of Kael, the desert gladiator, grew with each passing year. He had proven that even the smallest spark could ignite a galaxy-wide blaze.